guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another oily skin video. Now in today's video, we're going to be talking about like literally the one thing that you can do in your foundation routine that will completely change your life as an oily skin type. Like completely change your life. I have mentioned this in passing in previous videos, but I've been getting a lot of questions about it and people wanting to know, more in depth how it works, why it works, and how to do it correctly. So if you're interested in learning how to stop your foundation getting super greasy and oily, then please keep on watching. So as always, first you want to complete your normal skincare routine. I like to leave 30 minutes in between this and doing my makeup to ensure that it's got time to absorb into the skin. And then you want to go in with a primer. Do remember when applying your primer, don't rub the skin, use patting motions. This will stop the foundation getting cakey on top. Now the key to this hack is to use a translucent powder. So here are some options. I like the Cover FX, I like the Laura Mercier, I do like this Illamasqua one, and I also like the RCMA. It's very, very important that it is a translucent powder and not a colored foundation or colored powder or powder foundation or any of these ones you see on the screen here. These do not work anywhere near as well as the translucent powders. I want you to pick up some of that translucent powder on a damp blender sponge. You don't want to go in with a huge amount of powder, only a very small amount, and you also don't want your sponge to be too wet, so just keep it nice and damp. And I want you to gently pat that powder over all areas of your face and really focus on the T-zone, so the part where you get super, super oily. Then I want you to pick up a brush with the same powder, and again only a tiny little bit, and just dust it on the outer perimeter of the face, and also knock off any powder that you may have left on the skin. So to check here that you've done it correctly, have a quick feel of your skin. If it feels nice and velvety smooth and there are no sticky spots, you have done it right. Now moving on to the next step, I want you to go ahead and apply your foundation. Any foundation that you want, I would recommend a mattifying one. I would especially recommend Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's such a good foundation. But what we've done here is we've applied a powder first, and now we're going in with our foundation on top. And essentially what we've created is a barrier underneath the foundation that will absorb the oil before it hits the foundation. It's really backwards, I realize that, but it works so well. Now I want you to pick up that same blending sponge and quite a large amount of that same translucent powder, and I want you to start pushing it into the skin. Now this is not baking. So normally with baking, what you would do is you would apply it with the sponge, let it sit there for about 10 minutes, and then go back and wipe it off, or brush it off with a brush. But what we're doing here is we're actually pushing this powder into the skin. You can see me here, it starts off looking very, very white, but as I keep dabbing with the sponge, it eventually goes translucent and turns back to the color of my foundation. Now by doing this, we are pressing the powder into the foundation and really, really ensuring that those oils cannot break through that foundation. I want you to do this all over your entire face, and don't worry if it looks, like really powdery or heavy or anything, because we're going to go in with a setting spray to really get that skin-like look back to our face. Now I know you're probably thinking, what on earth? I've always been taught to never apply a powder before a cream or a liquid, but I promise you, if you are an oily skin sufferer, this is about to change your foundation game forever. And like I said, go back in with a setting spray to seal that all in. Let it dry for about, a couple of minutes, and then go in and apply the rest of your makeup. And girl, you are going to stay matte all day. I reckon you could get 12 to 15 hours out of this easy. So that is it for this little tip video today, guys. I hope you found it really helpful. If you want to know about some other tips and techniques that I've been using and teaching about in more depth in the individual videos like this, please do let me know in the comment section down below. I love you guys all so much. Oily skin sisters for life, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.